Doors, if you look, it looks like it hasn't updated in years. Now, I don't expect weekly updates for Doors, but Doors is changing that. They are changing everything. They are changing their updates, which may solve the issue, may bring Doors back into popularity. And oh, look, they have the name. Hey everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles, and welcome back to Doors, where today we're not actually going to play a run of Doors, because we need to talk about the state of the game. Now, I noticed the other day when I did my Piggy stream that Piggy had like 2x the number of players that Doors did because of the Advent calendar update, which actually, speaking of... Right, sorry, had to go unlock my Advent calendar. But yeah, during that update, I noticed that Piggy had way more players than Doors. In fact, Doors currently is under 10,000 active users. And yeah, I'm part of the problem. I have not been playing it that much. But as someone who loves Doors and creates content based on Doors and who's in the top 10 donators, that means something if I'm not playing it a lot. And that's part of the problem. Hold on one second. Let me just take care of these as well. While these bundles are cool for people like me who play a ton of Doors, it's not bringing new players into the game. Now, there are a few reasons for that. One is that Doors sometimes updates without anyone knowing it. In fact, again, as a Doors YouTuber, I didn't even know that Doors updated recently. Like 2 days ago. Did you? It did. Well, it was just the lobby, but they redid the lobby. Look at this. We've got like the whole dining tables in here. And then over here, look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Check it out. Floor 2, the mines. Look at the elevators here. Just a minor cosmetic update as far as the lobby goes, but it's an update that nobody really knew about. But most Roblox games like Piggy and like 99 Nights in the Forest and Grow a Garden before that, they use this event to announce updates, even smaller ones like the Silver Winter Part 1, although this is actually a pretty big update with all of the skins and the maps all updating. But that's how I knew that Piggy had updated, keeping it fresh with the events page and also with the icon for the game and the banner. Doors, if you look, it looks like it hasn't updated in years. So I think that is the first problem, is that there's not a lot of notification to players that Doors has updated. Now, the second thing is, obviously, any content updates to Doors are so far and few between that people forget about the game. They move on to other games that update more often, and in many cases, weekly. Now, I don't expect weekly updates for Doors, but Doors is changing that. They are changing everything. They are changing their updates and the way that Doors updates are going to be from now on, which may solve the issue, may bring Doors back into popularity, and coincidentally help boost my channel and make it more popular. Let's hope. So right here, 11 hours ago, the official Doors Twitter page. No, I don't need you to explain this post. I'm about to explain it. It says, hey guys, we're trying to switch our release schedule from a few major updates throughout the year to include more frequent but smaller content updates called batches in between the bigger updates. And the updates they're talking about are obviously floors, subfloors like Easter, April Fools, Halloween. It's still quite a few updates, but not enough to stay relevant in Roblox today. So batches will include quality of life changes, fixes, new entities, rooms, mechanics, etc. But they'll usually be focused on a specific area of the game. For example, we might have a batch that improves mechanics and adds a new entity for the mines, or a batch that improves the modifiers system. So that would mean maybe new modifiers or changes to the modifiers, but I like what they're saying here. Improves mechanics and adds a new entity for the mines. When they're coming up with this, I wonder if they've already got something planned and what new entity we could see. I love the idea of them adding new entities to the floors and subfloors, because that makes the floors replayable. It changes, I mean, literally everything. If you added a new entity to the hotel, like it would change the way we play the hotel. It would change the way we use modifiers. It would change the game literally, we noticed we've been shelving a lot of ideas, fixes, reworks, etc., thinking we'll implement this later and fall into the endless loop of shelving multiple things we'd like to work on because we have to get this major update done first. Plus, and this is another problem with these big updates every few months, we've noticed a lot of players dip out after checking the new major update without seeing any of our smaller changes throughout the game anyways. So we think releasing batches that focus on the small things would be better for everyone. And yeah, when a big update drops, like, I don't know, the content update or something else, you go in, or the subfloor, you beat the subfloor, right? That would be the outdoors, and nobody goes and checks out what updates were made to the hotel, right? What updates were made to other subfloors, what updates were made to other parts of the game, because you're like, hey, new subfloor is here, I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna beat it. And you're not really looking especially deeply into some of the more difficult and hidden badges. This does mean, oh, look, they have the name. This does mean that our originally planned rooms rework update for December, and if you missed my video, they actually accidentally leaked one of the new entities in the archives, is what it's called, and some of the room types accidentally when they dropped the outdoors update. Check out that video from before. Will be moved ahead to early 2026. So it was originally planned for this month. I had no idea that it was going to be that soon. However, we intend to get a good batch this month for the holidays. Now, does that mean Rush in a Santa hat? Maybe. Which would be fun. We're gonna get a batch update. So Doors is going to update this month for the holidays. Probably closer to Christmas, since they're just saying this now and it's the 3rd. We're probably, I don't know, a week or two away. Stay tuned. We'll be answering any questions you guys might have in the replies below. Red says, in summary, this means we will have much more frequent, smaller updates called batches to keep players interested during downtime between major updates. Prepare for batch 1 later this month. Red, I love you. I might have been pushing for this a little bit for a long time, leaning on him, and I'm so happy that Doors is going to get more frequent updates, smaller updates. It's fine. That makes me want to play Doors more. That makes you guys want to play Doors more. It gives me content to show you guys. And like, look, even Cheddar Balls, massive W, I'll say again. And please advertise the batch on YouTube a little while before release. Like, make a big hoopla 2 weeks in advance, a new entity's coming or something in a trailer. Just want to see these updates reach the most people possible. Again, yes, exactly what I'm talking about. He is also a Doors YouTuber. He understands, like, you've got this reach, and like L-Splash has, yeah, he's got 1.1 million followers, right? And you see these, like, these get reach. Even just a short, okay? Like, look at the Doors, that Great Outdoors trailer, 2.3 million views, and you can call them, I don't know, the December batch, the holiday batch, whatever. They get reach and they bring back players who are really interested in the game. Also, use the events feature in Roblox. I think that'll help give you reach as well. Let's check some of Red's replies, and I think L-Splash has some replies as well. They ask, is there a plan to add a greenhouse room type in floor 2? I have some neat ideas for a floor 2 equivalent to the greenhouse, so keep your eyes peeled for future batches. Yes, please. Those last few doors would get really hard at the end of floor 2. Oh, cool. I didn't even see that Red had replied to Cheddar Ball's reply. That's the plan. The most recent small trailer we did for the YouTube buddies was made by Jasper as a way to test the waters, but he could take on some of L-Splash's workload when it makes coming trailers. He will help with the smaller trailers for stuff like batches. All right, so right here, this person says, maybe something to draw attention to players who check out updates could be a small what we added list in the lobby, not specifically saying what, but hinting to what you may have added for players to find. Maybe the list could stick for a month and then disappear. And L-Splash says, throughout the batches, we'll definitely at least give hints as to what's new and or just outright list what got added or changed. I love the idea of a change log, telling exactly what was changed or added. You could say what entity was added and to what floor, so people know where to go and what to look for so they can experience it, but you don't give away the mechanics, of course, and people will still play the game to experience it and figure out how to beat that entity and survive the entity without giving too much away. But if you just give hints like something new hidden in the hotel, some people might not even bother, or they might not know what they're looking for. It kind of needs to be spelled out. And this is perfect. How often are we going to see the batches? Because again, they update probably once every 2 to 3 months. It looks like we'll definitely have to see how it goes, but we like to get batches out on a monthly basis at least. I'd like to see it Sorry to put this workload on you. Even more often than that, like twice a month, just to keep everything fresh, because even monthly is kind of stale for Roblox. Oh my goodness. But honestly, I am so excited that they are changing up the development schedule for Doors. If you guys have any suggestions for the team, any ideas of your own for some batches, post them in the comments below. Click the like button if you're happy that Doors is going to be getting more frequent updates, which means more videos from me. And also subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. And of course, noodle on.